Hey everybody, Sean from Media Assault here, and it's time once again for another movie review. This time out, I'm going to attempt to review Prometheus, the new film from Ridley Scott, which has been hyped up as the prequel to the Alien series, the Alien franchise. And this was, of course, directed by Ridley Scott. It was written by John Spates and Damon Lindelof. Of course, Mr. Lindelof is best known for his work with the television series Lost. And as many of you know, if you watched the series Lost, sometimes that was a very maddening, very confusing series that asked a lot of questions or put forth a lot of ideas. Some of them it answered, some of them it didn't, and it left a lot of viewers either wanting more or wanting more concrete solutions to the problems that were posed in the series. And that's a very similar feeling to what I have after coming out of Prometheus. Prometheus is a visually epic film. It's big. It's a huge budget science fiction film, something that I am all over. I really like these types of films. Because it has ties to the Alien franchise, there's also a bit of horror thrown in, and I think there's more to recommend about this film than there is to detract from going to see it, but most of those things are going to be visual things that I can recommend. The special effects are fantastic. The sets are great. Just the visual look of the film, the locations, a lot of this was filmed in Iceland, and it looks fantastic. It's just a really beautiful film to look at. The cast is great. You've got Noomi Rapace, who is probably best known for the original Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and of course she was in the most recent Sherlock Holmes film. Logan Marshall Green plays her boyfriend. I don't know anything else that he's been in. Forgive me, I'm not familiar with him at all. Michael Fassbender is in this as David, and he is fantastic. Charlize Theron is in this, and she is also very good. Idris Elba, I'm not sure how to pronounce his first name. Most of you would know him as Heimdall in the Thor film. He is good as the captain of the Prometheus ship. And of course, Guy Pearce is in this playing Peter Whalen. The cast is good, and they do what they can with the script. The problem that I have with Prometheus is the script, because this is a film that tackles, you know, a really light topic like the origin of the human species, and just really doesn't answer any of the questions that it asks, even within its own universe. I'm not expecting to find the meaning of life from Prometheus, but it ponders these questions. It doesn't even solve them from within itself. So they find something on the planet, but yet we as a viewer or viewers don't learn what it is they've actually found. The characters don't necessarily seem to have a grips with what they found, although they do put forth a series of theories. If they know, they don't explain them to us. So you kind of walk out of the theater, or at least I did, kind of wanting to know more about what you just saw, which is great if there's a sequel coming down the pike, but as a standalone film, this just really made me want more from it than it delivered, and ultimately it just ended up being kind of disappointing. Visually, I would recommend it. I really think you should see this, and this is something that I saw it in 3D, and I would recommend seeing it in 3D. But it's hard for me to justify the higher admission price for what you will ultimately feel at the end of the film. I know some people have really loved this film, and I know a lot of people didn't like it. I don't want to say I'm on the fence. I liked it, but I just wanted it and expected it to be better than it was. As a prequel to the Alien films, I didn't find it necessary to have any ties to the Alien universe or the Alien films at all, and I think that probably detracts from the movie more than it adds to it. But overall, I have to lean towards recommending it, even though I was disappointed with it. So I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10, which kind of hurts right here because I really, really wanted to love this movie. And I liked a lot of it. It's just, I wish the script would have been slightly more, I don't want to say self-contained, but if it's going to be as epic and as you know, try to tackle this grand subject, at least provide some answers or little tidbits of what it is that we've actually seen in the film. Maybe if this movie gets released on home video and we get some deleted scenes or some additional footage, maybe things will be clearer. Maybe it would be clearer if I watched it again. But it's really not the sign of a fantastically great film if I have to watch it multiple times to even understand what it is that I saw. So I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10 and just leave it at that. So kind of disappointed, but I still half-ass recommend Prometheus. So there you go. That's my review of Prometheus. As always, feel free to comment, rate, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And thanks for watching. Take it easy.